I'm CTWE wrestler The Mac.
And I'm Showtime Stevie Stamos.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own race car and taking it out for a test drive? Well, thanks to our friends at Rent a Race Car, you can!
Visit www.rentaracecarne.com for all the details on how you can take one of these babies out to Stafford Motor Speedway. We'll see you at the races.
Touchdown!
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back here once again at Martinsville Speedway here for the East Coast Winter League Pro Series this time around. The Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100, race number 2 on the evening. We just saw the light races wrap up about a half hour, 45 minutes ago. Great racing there between 20 and 25 of the light series drivers, but change the cars. Well, keep the cars the same. Change the setups in them. Change the drivers behind the wheel, and we've got ourselves race number 2 in the evening. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Strickland Jr. again here from Vidane TV. I want to thank everybody for welcoming us into your homes and watching on the big screen, the computer, the tablet, maybe the phone, wherever you may very well be watching us. We appreciate it. And we're watching, I want to give a shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the social media outlets, and a big shout out to everybody over on Twitter as well. Be sure to check out our social media stuff and give us a like, subscribe. You don't have to smash the subscribe button, just a little click will do. And that'll let you know that we entertained you, and that's kind of our main goal here at Vidane TV. So, taking a look at these drivers and lining up for a first heat race. I believe we are taking everybody to the feature here. 100 laps here at Martinsville Speedway. And just taking a look, watching these drivers get themselves into their race cars, getting ready to do battle. Actually, it looks like we may very well have skipped the heat races. Everybody lining up on the front stretch, and you can see a lot of black and orange cars up front. And pretty good to see a lot of these quick drivers are ready to do battle here at Martinsville Speedway. See PJ Evans right there on the pole. He's got the 56 of Wilkinson on the outside. Wilkinson actually won the light race about 45 minutes ago, and we spoke to him up here at Vidane TV. Very, very intense battle, and almost got passed at the end there by Josh Parker, who had to work his way up through the field 3 or 4 times in that race, but did a great job. He was able to hold on to the second position, Parker was, but unfortunately not able to get around Wilkinson. But Wilkinson picking up where he left off. He's going to start in the outside row here with the 81 on his inside. Just waiting for all these drivers to make their way out to the race cars, and you see everybody just kind of pulling their belts tight just a bit, making sure everything seems to check out, and waiting for that pace car to get the nod from the officials here at East Coast Winter League and give them the okay to get rolling there on the front stretch. Head on down to turn number 1 and bring these cars around, a little bit of a parade lap, give a salute to the fans, let them know that the fans here are watching these drivers, and more than likely watching right here on Vidane TV. So there you see it, 100 laps on the board again. This is the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100. Want to give them a big-time shout-out for jumping on board and sponsoring both the Light Series and the Pro Series races here this evening. Definitely be sure to check them out if you're up in that state, that part of the Connecticut area. Swing in a Pomfret Wine and Spirits. Grab yourself a last-minute Christmas present. Nobody's going to turn down a bottle of wine for Christmas. I can definitely guarantee you that. But swing in there, let them know that A&TV sent you, let them know that East Coast Winter League sent you, and pick yourself up something nice. Lights off on the pace car, everybody lined up 2 by 2, skipped the heat racing, just did the qualifying deal, jumped right into the Pro Series race here as the cars parade around on the backstretch. Evans on the bottom side, Wilkinson on the high side, all the way through. Lots of strong drivers in this field. You've got Trevor Catalano, Brian Kramer, Ryan Blanchard, James Stranger, Wilkinson, we made mention, Chrisman, Verlino, Ryan Libby, Capano, Teddy Hodgson, Chris Foster, Anthony Bello, Ken Zeems, Sean Ukala, Ryan Salvatore, Evans, there you see him on the front row, Zach Murphy, and Nicholas Hovey. Crazy strong strength of field here this evening. And almost looks like some teammate cars up on that high side, those first 3 cars. But there you see the pace car going to make that hard left-hand turn, grab himself a corn dog or something from the concession stand. P.J. Evans, Brendan Wilkinson bringing us down to the green flag, and there she drops. The outside actually gets the advantage. Wilkinson pulls ahead just a bit, but they're door-to-door heading into turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2, give it to P.J. Evans, and we got a contact in the back of the pack. Looks like the 18 car is around and into the wall. Green flag is still out. And tough break there for the 18 car. James Stranger, big-time connection there with the door, with the inside wall. But caution flag stays in its holster right now. We're still green. Coming out of turn 4 to complete lap number 2. Put number 3 on the board. Gives us 97 laps to go here at Martinsville Speedway. It's going to go in a blink of an eye. You can see up front the top 3 throw a blanket over them. 4th place is pretty much single file there. Jacob Chrisman. But there you see Teddy Hodgson in the 55. Started up in those front 6 cars. He's still trying to hold on to that 6th position. Jumps right inside the, right in front of there, the Ryan Libby machine, the 46 car. Ryan Libby actually made his broadcast debut here at A&TV during that light race. So if you're curious to see just if Ryan Libby can talk as good as he can drive here in the iRacing simulation, be sure to check that out on our YouTube page. You can check out the Pomfret Wine and Spirits light race here at Martinsville. Again, myself, Ryan Libby in the commentary booth. That battle for 5th still rages on. There you can see the 55, Teddy Hodgson down low. He's got Chris Forster. Check that. He's got Jacob Chrisman in the 41 up high. He's got the 14 of Chris Forster right behind him, though, in the 14. The 14's going to look low in the 41. Going to clear him no problem here. Gets a nice clean pass there, the 14 getting around the 41. Now he's going to set his sights on the back bumper of the 55 machine of Teddy Hodgson. Back up front, still 3 cars in a blanket. P.J. Evans is still leading, Brandon Wilkinson second, Ryan Blanchard third. These guys pretty much right in each other's tire tracks, just trying to kind of bide their time, see what the car's going to do. We saw a lot of these drivers run the entire half-hour practice here this evening, starting at 8:30, and really gave them the opportunity to kind of tweak the setup and anything that they do need to tweak. 1 set of tires on pit road, and open setups for the Pro Series. A little bit different than the Light Series we saw earlier on, where those guys ran the fixed setup provided by the Maconi Setup Shop. But these drivers are able to make their own setups. They're able to kind of work with their teammates and work on the handling of the race car and see just what it is you can do. Now, one thing that we did pick up on from Josh Parker, who ran the Light Series race earlier on tonight, he did stop early on to put a little bit of fuel in the race car, and that helped it turn on entry just a little bit, weighed the car down, helped him turn, so definitely made the right decision there. But working lap number 10, it's still P.J. Evans up front, the number 81. Brandon Wilkinson still trying to see if there's any kind of mistakes coming out of the 81, but we see P.J. Evans up front very, very often, working lap number 10. 10th of the race down, 9/10 of it to go, 89 laps, check that, here to go at Martinsville. Take a look at the 4th place car right now on your screen. That's going to be Kyle Sisko. doing a quiet race so far, just kind of riding around, doesn't have too much pressure from the back. You can see Teddy Hodgson back there in his mirror, but no pressure just yet, and he's not quite up there connected with the top 3 cars. So just kind of biding his time a little bit, feeling the car out, saving a little bit of tires, and working his way, going to try and work his way up towards the front. And off of the nose of here, the 55, Teddy Hodgson, always fast in pretty much everything that he drives. He's doing pretty much the same thing that Kyle Sisko's doing in the 6, just kind of running his own line. There's no pressure from the back, no pressure up front. Just trying to save some tires and go on through the race. But looks like right now we've got a battle for the lead. PJ Evans had it. Give it over to Brandon Wilkinson, 56 machine. Going to give himself the lead, and that's going to put him up on the lap leaderboard, leading at lap number 14. But you can see PJ Evans is still right there. He's still right in the tire tracks on the number 56 machine, trying to kind of not really let him go, not really reel him in just yet. We still have quite a ways to go into this 100-lapper main event here, the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100. But he doesn't want to lose contact with the leader as well. We saw Wilkinson really check out and earlier on, and it looks like we got a caution flag on the speedway. Cycle on through here, a couple of blown motors it looks like as well. Taking a peek, it looks like it's the 16 of Nicholas Hovey that's got himself in trouble. So we'll back that up on the instant replay and take a peek. Now, the instant replay brought to you by the Vidane TV merchandise tent. Swing on over, get yourself a hooded sweatshirt, a t-shirt. We've got face masks, we got championship belt stickers, all sorts of cool and nifty stuff. Be sure to check that out at vidane.net/shop. But we're going to focus here, the 16 car. He's the one that got himself in trouble. The 54, the 29, they make contact. 54 gets up into the wall, sent sideways, and pretty much right into the windshield there of the Iron Horse number 16 car, and that's going to blow that motor. You see a lot of black smoke coming out of the back of that machine. So tough break for Nicholas Hovey. Gets really, unfortunately, nowhere for him to go in that instance. But that's what put us under caution here. Lap number 17. Taking a peek down pit road. It looks like most of these, some of these drivers are going to come down, get some service on these race cars. Maybe get some dings worked out. Maybe make a couple of adjustments on the setup. And there you can see the field just kind of slowly working their way around behind the pace car. Man, lap 17 already clicked off. The first caution here of the night. So a couple of drivers making their way off pit road. Looks like there was a reset that happened there on the 16. He's going to come back out, still be on the lead lap. So that's definitely good news there. And you can see that pace car coming around. A couple of cars trying to make sure they stay on the lead lap coming out. And there you see the red lights come up on the pit road exit, signifying that it's closed. But up front, still Brandon Wilkinson, PJ Evans, Ryan Blanchard, Teddy Hodgson, and Chris Forster going to be the top 10, top 5. Give these drivers just a few more laps to think about what they did, and we'll get green again very, very shortly here. The lights on the pace car still on. Everybody that was going to come down for a pit stop has, and looks like we're going to do another quick lap under caution here. So gives us an opportunity to pay a couple bills. We'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back after these messages.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Lining them back up 2 by 2. The lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go green for the race restart here. Lap number 20 going to be crossing the stripe, coming to lap number 21. moving their way down the backstretch. No changes up front. Still going to be P.J. Evans on the outside and Brandon Wilkinson on the inside. Wilkinson won the light race here just about an hour ago. Just got that wrapped up, and he's going to bring them down. We saw the 56 machine is the king of the restarts. Really able to get these drivers to keep guessing every time. But great restart again. 2 or 3 car lengths in front of him. The battle right now is for third. It's a three-way dance between P.J. Evans, Ryan Blanchard, and Kyle Sisko. Kyle Sisko in that 6 car moving his way up, and caution comes out on the speedway once again. Working through the tapes here, looking for the caution. It appears we found it here. Looks like the 51 machine of Anthony Bello finds himself pointed in the wrong direction, and it looks like he may have had himself a little bit of help. You can see the white and red car up on the top of your screen gets a little bit of a bump from the 12 and sends him around, kind of eases it back into the outer wall. Safer barrier there, waits for the traffic to get by, and rolls on down the banking and back to the back of the pack. So not any kind of big hit or anything like that for the number 51 of Anthony Bello. Great job keeping it out of the racing groove and not hitting anybody else, tearing up anybody else's stuff here. But it's going to be a tough road to hoe. Going to have to restart 18th. Currently still 18 cars in this race. 18 cars on the lead lap out of the 21 starters. And these short tracks are tough because a lot of times you get the cautions breed cautions, and that's one of the things we saw earlier on in the Light Series race. Those guys unfortunately had quite a few cautions, but it was still a very exciting race, and it was great to see Brandon Wilkinson lead it from flag to flag, and picked up almost where he left off. He ended up starting second here in the pro race, right outside of P.J. Evans, who's still right behind him, and he's doing an awesome job. He's pretty much showing us again just how good he is on the restarts, being able to pick different lines or different spots to do the restart on pretty much every single one of them. He starts at a different spot, so it's really tough for the drivers that are starting on the outside of him or behind him to pick up and get any kind of run or advantage, because he's unpredictable as it is. One quarter of the race done. The lights are still on the pace car. Gives us another opportunity here to take a quick look at a commercial. Be right back. Don't miss any of the action coming right at you. Working the backstretch, the lights are off on the pace car. Everybody's lined up 2 by 2 all the way throughout this field, and just heard from Pro-Am belts. Those are the guys that made the very gorgeous Sim 500 Verdane Racing Championship belt that we're going to be giving out to the champion here. 6 races down. I believe we've got 4 races to go. And we're going to be crowning a champion. They're going to be getting that beautiful championship belt there. But back up front, still the Brandon Wilkinson show. You can see the 14 car, Chris Forster, out of shape just a little bit. 3 wide back there. You see gets into the wall again. Finally able to get that thing where it needs to be. Moves down to the center lane. Still stuck on the high side. You can see he's stuck behind the number 90 car, Ken Zeems, trying to find himself a way around, but doesn't look like he's able to prevail. Definitely could have been worse than it was there for the 14 of Chris Forster. You can see he scraped the wall, and a lot of times with these, looks like he, I'm not even really sure. It almost looks like something broke on that race car. Green flag is still out. You see he makes contact with the 44, and then turns left into the pit side wall, or the pit wall there. So unfortunately, unfortunate event there for the 14 car. He's going to get that thing towed off to the racetrack. But yeah, the back end of that race car just kind of came around. Very, very odd for the 14 car. But up front, still take a look. Now we've got, rather than the 3 cars under a blanket, we've got 4. Teddy Hodgson moved his way into that 4th position. You can see rocking the same paint scheme as the 56. So a little bit of teammate action going on there. And you can see PJ Evans is still there, the 6, and Kyle Sisko as well. Pretty much running identical lines. And if these guys are teammates, you can bet that they're going to be running similar setups as well. So a lot of times the cream rises to the top. And no difference here in the East Coast Winter League Pro Series, as these guys are racing here at Martinsville Speedway for 100 laps. And it's brought to you by Pomfret Wine and Spirits. And if you need last-minute Christmas gifts, you forgot, because, hey, Christmas is this Friday. Just swing in a Pomfret, the town of Pomfret. Go over to the Pomfret Wine and Spirits and let them know the East Coast Winter League on Vidane TV sent you. They don't give you any kind of promos, but it's always good for them to know that they were able to see their logo up here at Vidane TV. So very, very thankful for those guys coming on and paying the bills here for us tonight, sponsoring these 2 races for the East Coast Winter League. Now, the league is still looking for race sponsorships for the remainder of the season. If you're looking for a way to kind of get your brand or your logo or your company out there, check out Dylan Kopech or East Coast Winter League on Facebook, and they'll definitely be able to hook you up. Very, they'll work with pretty much every budget that you've got, and definitely a good group of guys, and you can see here some pretty fantastic racing. Four cars under a blanket here for the lead. You can see Teddy Hodgson backing up just a little bit. You got to wonder if that's just to save some tires at this point, because we saw that tire wear in the earlier race, the light series, definitely played a factor. Even though they didn't quite have the open setups that these guys do, still racing really, really hard here. Lap number 35 under caution once again here on the racetrack. It looks like it was the number 18 car, James Stranger. Looks like he reset the car, and that would be why. Ended up flipping over on his lid. So we'll take a look. Again, the instant replay brought to you by the Vidane TV merchandise table. And you can see here the 18 comes out of the corner, and he checks up just a bit and gets tagged there, T-boned by the 16 car, who found some trouble earlier on. And that was a tough break. Really nowhere for the 18 of James Stranger to go. Flips him up on his roof. He's not able to get it flipped back over, so he has to call the tow truck, and there you see him sitting on pit road. So tough break for the 18 machine. Looks like he's actually going to retire from this event. So working lap 37 under caution here. Still 16 cars strong. Brandon Wilkinson, PJ Evans, Kyle Sisko, Teddy Hodgson, Ryan Blanchard, your current top 5. Jacob Chrisman, Ryan Libby, he was up here in the booth for the light race earlier, did a fantastic job. Ray Fataruso, Ryan Salvatore, Ken Zeems, top 10. Zach Murphy, Anthony Bello, Brian Kramer, Sean Akula, Nick Frolino, and Nicholas Hovey currently rounding out the field as we have them sitting here. Driving around the racetrack under caution for a little bit of a mishap on the racetrack there for the 18 of James Stranger. Lights are off once again on the pace car. Everybody lined up, double file behind the leader, Brandon Wilkinson, on the inside, the number 56, the winner from earlier's light series race here, PJ Evans on the outside, and the number 81, Teddy Hodgson and Kyle Sisko behind them here for the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100. Another great restart in the future here. We can see side by side coming out of turn number 4, and as soon as that car gets ready, Brandon Wilkinson slaps that hammer, and he hammers down into turn number 1. You can see, a little bit of contact there with the 81, slides up in front of the 55, Teddy Hodgson, and a lot of jamming and banging rolling around. There's the 2 car in trouble, the 12, the 46 is around as well. Big damage for the number 12. Looks like some internal motor damage there on the number 12. He's puffing out a lot of black smoke, so pull up the instant replay and see what happened in this hornet's nest. This replay is again brought to you by the Verdane TV merchandise table. And the number 12, you can see in the inside, kind of a red and yellow car. Down low, the 23 gets into the back of Libby, and there you see the 12 car gets into the back of the that blue car, spinning Libby around and collecting a couple of other drivers as well. So a little bit of bumper cars back here about mid-pack. Looks like Salvatore is going to come down pit lane, maybe get a quick repair or a fast repair as it's called, and he's going to come back out and rejoin this race. So really good to see, and you can see he makes it out just in time, able to come out and stay on the lead lap, not get passed by the pace car or the leader. So definitely at least a silver lining here for the number 12, Ryan Salvatore. Now, Ryan's actually going to be one of the team captains for the New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Group, NEPS. You see them almost weekly here with their Shift Marketing and Design Grand National Series. They're kicking off their Super Truck Series, and you're actually going to be able to see the draft live here on Verdane TV tomorrow night. And there you see Ryan Salvatore, one of the team captains. Basically 4 draft rounds, and we're going to do them live. We're going to figure out the draft picks, the pick order rather, pretty much by just doing a 20-lap big block race at Lanier on dirt. So that's going to be very exciting to see the drivers of the NEP Series A run on dirt, and it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of shoot the breeze with those guys a little bit and have ourselves a little bit of a draft party. And have a couple of ice cold beverages. May even stop at Pomfret Wine and Spirits on the way home from work tomorrow. Pick myself up a case and have some beers with the boys and the girls of the NEP Series. Lots of fans and friends and family always watching, and a little bit of a crossover as well with the East Coast Winter League crowd as well. So again, we want to thank you guys for watching on pardon me, on the YouTube, on Facebook, Twitch, all the different, even heard of a guy watching Verdane on Roku, which was pretty cool to see that we've made it over there. So big things coming here in the 2021 season. Lots of upgrades to the hardware, the software, everything we're using, and slowly but surely kind of making some tweaks on the website. If you're interested, take a look at that at Verdane.net. If you were wanting to tell your friends that you watch this awesome online racing and you're very entertained by it, rather than trying to tell them to go to YouTube, search for this, do this, click that, punch in the old address bar, www.verdane.net/live. There you see the car in the middle of the pack blowing a motor there. It's going to be Ken Zeems. May very well extend this caution. He, looks like he's going to get that towed down to pit road. But check out Verdane.net/live. Give you all of the information you need to stream pretty much wherever you are. We've got the live timing and scoring on there as well, and a link to get yourself a hooded sweatshirt or a tank top over there at the merchandise table. But that iRacing Mustang pace car going to dip down low onto pit road, and it's back up front. A little bit different now. You got Kyle Sisko trying to fend off the 56 machine. There you see side by side going into turn number 1. A good start from Wilkinson, but not as good as we've seen him. See a little bit of contact between he and the 6. The 6 goes up high, a little bit more contact. The wheel there getting kind of touching up on a bumper bar there. Slowed Wilkinson down just enough, it looks like. As you can see, now he's under fire from the 81 down low as well. Great battle up front. About the biggest challenge we've seen here for Brandon Wilkinson up front since he took that lead from PJ Evans a few laps ago. 6 car of Kyle Sisko still doing an awesome job on the outside line, trying to make something happen. And you can see a little bit of a wiggle for the 56 as he gets back on that throttle. Slows him down enough to give that 6 car a little bit of a run. That's Kyle Sisko. You can give you pretty much put a piece of paper between these two drivers. There you can see just how tight the racing is up front, and this is definitely the biggest challenge that we've seen coming across the stripe here. This is going to be the halfway mark. You can see we're still going to give that lap to Wilkinson. There you see, oh, big bump from the 6. That's going to send him up 3 wide for the lead. PJ Evans going to try and take advantage of that as well. That's going to put Evans in the lead and still keep Kyle Sisko on the outside there. And it's also going to bring Teddy Hodgson up to the podium spot in P3. So big bump there on the back of Wilkinson. We believe it was the 9 car the 6 car that got into him and just kind of moved him up out of the way. And you can still see the top 4 single file, bumper to bumper, all still right with each other. And there you can see the 6 putting the bumper to the back of the 81 car, letting him know that he's there. Back in 5th position, there you can see the 41 of Jacob Crispin. Not really any big pressure from behind, not putting on too much pressure in front of him either. Just kind of riding around right now, saving his tires just a little bit, watching what the leaders are doing. Still a great top 5 lead here, or a top 5 spot for Jacob Crispin. And you can see the battle now back up front again. It's going to be for 3rd this time around. Sisko and Hodgson going door to door, bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, if you will. The 55 down low, the 6 car up high. The 6 car gets the wall just a little bit, and you can see that definitely gives the advantage to Hodgson. And the 6 car is going to slip on back. The 41 gets around him, and a caution comes out for the speedway, or on the speedway. May very well have been for that incident. Just kind of browsing around real quickly. They don't see anybody pointed in the wrong direction, so we'll pull up the instant replay and give you time to shoot on over to the Verdane TV booth and the Verdane TV t-shirt stand, merchandise table, whatever you want to call it. Get some of that stuff ordered up, and you can use the promo code TANGLY for 10% off. But there you can see the 6 car gets into the wall a little bit, and as everybody's kind of checking up at this point, you see Blanchard just gets a little bit of a tag and gets put on the outside wall. So doesn't look like the damage is too bad. You still have the quick repair that he may very well use this time. This caution here, 45 laps to go, 55 of them are in the books, and you can see the flashing lights on the pace car shows that he didn't lose a lap at that point. So silver lining, still on the lead lap for the number 9 machine of Ryan Blanchard, but the tough side of that is going to have to work his way up through the back of the pack, seeing that there's 15 cars still on the lead lap. So just past halfway here in the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100 at Martinsville. Second race here of the evening. This is the East Coast Winter League Pro Series. And you can see the 81 of PJ Evans, Brandon Wilkinson, Teddy Hodgson, Jacob Crispin, and Zach Murphy, a newcomer, in the top 5 up there. Still 15 cars in this race, 15 cars on the lead lap. And we saw Brandon Wilkinson, current second place driver, win the Light Series earlier on. That race started at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and dominating fashion, had a couple of green-white checkers, and Wilkinson was there to lead all 109 laps. So pretty strong here at Martinsville. That was definitely a fixed setup, but you got to wonder if that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage, because he's got an extra 100 laps of practice or so here at Martinsville Speedway. So we're working caution one more time here. Lap 57 going to cross the stripe, put number 58 right there on the board. Going to give us a little bit, probably going to restart with about 40 laps to go. You can see the lights are still on the pace car. So give these guys another lap to gather their thoughts and pull their belts tight and make sure the wheel's not going to fall off the desk or anything like that, because that'd be bad news. But it gives us an opportunity to kind of talk to you about what's going on here. We kind of winding things down for the 2020 season. It has been pretty hectic since we started back up in late July, early August, and originally started way back in March when the pandemic kind of kicked in and told everybody that they had to stay home. So things are starting to kind of wind down for maybe a week or two, but then we ramp right back up with the 2021 season. Lots of newcomers, lots of old faces coming back. We just talked to the RBR Maritime group, penciled in a Monday night league with them. Just signed the contract with Sim Racing Unleashed. They're going to be racing Sunday nights here on Verdane TV. And the Showtime Cup Series, you actually just saw them make their Verdane TV debut this past Wednesday, putting on a heck of a show. And very, very impressed to see those drivers. And we've also got the NEP Super Trucks that are going to be coming to Verdane TV as well. And you don't want to miss the draft tomorrow night. Be sure to check that out. Let everybody know you're watching. Grab yourself a cold beverage from Pomfret Wine and Spirits tonight or tomorrow on your way home from work, and we'll have ourselves a little bit of a draft party tomorrow night. But right now, we've got ourselves a little bit of a short track party. PJ Evans out front, the number 81, has about a 3-car length lead over the number 2 car, Brandon Wilkinson. The caution comes out once again, and looks like there's 4 or 5 cars involved this time around. We'll back up the instant replay and give it to you, show you what happened here. We'll take a quick look here at the iRacing blimp view, and we're going to focus in. You can see the 21 gets a little bit of a shot heading into the corner. You can see there's the car getting a little bit of help there from the 6. Libby gets involved, the 9 of Blanchard, the 16 is involved, the 17's involved. Doesn't look like there's any black smoke coming out of anything here, so nothing too crazy internally damaged. Definitely good news there, and it looks like everybody's able to get it pointed in the right direction before the pace car comes around. So nobody losing a lap, still 15 drivers, anybody's ball game at this point, with everybody still on the lead lap that's in this race. So we mentioned it just a few moments ago. We are still kind of working out the kinks and getting ready for tomorrow night's NEPS, New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Series group, doing the Super Truck Draft. There's going to be 6 team captains: Kyle Casagrande, DJ Gerard, Michael Bennett, Ryan Pasocco, Ryan Salvatore, and David Aru. And there's 4 draft rounds. These drivers, these captains are going to be able to go through and pick their drivers, pick their team, pick their manufacturers, and then they get to pick the schedules. So very exciting to see that. We're going to be able to see all of that action right here on Verdane TV. Going to do a little bit of a Zoom meeting. We'll get all the drivers' faces out there, which will be pretty cool. Usually you just see the iRacing paint schemes that are downloaded off of Trading Paints, but be cool to kind of make a little bit of a connection with the drivers and hang out. We're going to be paying attention to the YouTube chat and the Facebook chat, and you know the NEPS guys, they're all going to be on Twitter, so be sure to check that out. We're very excited to have that here live tomorrow night. And even before all that kicks off, we're doing a 20-lap shootout big block dirt race at Lanier to determine the draft picking order. So very exciting tomorrow night. Very, very much looking forward to that here at Verdane TV. Everybody here with us and with the next NEPS League. And that's going to start 7:30 tomorrow night. 7:30 is the race. 8 o'clock is the draft party. And, man, it's going to be a blast. So, again, be sure to stop by Pomfret Wine and Spirits tomorrow night on the way home from work. Grab yourself an ice-cold adult beverage and kind of kick back with us here at Verdane TV. We're going to have ourselves some fun. It's the East Coast Winter League Pro Series, race number 2 on the evening. We saw Brandon Wilkinson win the Light Series race here just about an hour ago, and you can see he's still in a great spot right now. He's in the 2nd position, just got passed again by PJ Evans, and the lights are off in the pace car, so that means these guys are going to be doing battle one more time. And pretty much in the backstretch right now, there you see Teddy Hodgson aggressively shaking that car back and forth, trying to get some heat in those front tires and get all the sticky stuff and dirt and all that crap off of them. PJ Evans down low, Wilkinson up high, bringing them down. You can see PJ Evans, little bit of a jump there on Wilkinson. That's going to jack up the field. 12 cars around on the inside. You can't pass the car on the inside on the start before unless you're the leader. So Brandon Wilkinson tried to time that restart and unfortunately didn't quite do it right, and it's a little bit of accordion effect happened, kind of getting some of the cars pointed in the wrong direction mid-pack. But we'll back that up one more time. We can see the 12 car, couple of big, not a huge hit, but definitely a big hit, especially in the nose of these modified cars. And you can see he was up high, the black, red, and yellow machine, and just bumping cars, nowhere for these drivers to go. Gets a little bit of a hook there, shoots him on down to the inside pit wall, and see, we're able to grab a gear. The 17 is involved as well, but we didn't actually make a lap at that point, so Ryan Salvatore is actually going to make his way back up and restart again in the 6th position. And check that, as we say that, he actually comes down pit road to get some service on that car. There you see the 17 of Sean Okla on pit road as well, trying to get some damage banged out there. But up front, it's still PJ Evans, Brandon Wilkinson, Teddy Hodgson, Jacob Christman, and Zach Murphy in the top 5. The 51 of Anthony Bello in the 6th position. Brian Kramer, Ray Fataruso, Ryan Blanchard moved his way up to 9th, matching his car number there. Nicholas Hovey in 10th, Nick Verlino, Kyle Sisko, Ryan Libby, Ryan Salvatore, and Sean Akula rounding out the top 15. So still anybody's show at this point, anybody's race. Anything can happen on these short tracks, and we've pretty much seen that happen already. And you can see the previous winner here, Brandon Wilkinson, won the light race here, the fixed setup race. The fixed setup brought to you, supplied, easy enough for me to say for the first time, supplied by the Maconi Setup Shop. And checked out their website before the race here, kind of in between the two shows. They've got a lot of setups for a lot of different cars and a lot of different tracks, and they even do driver coaching, which is definitely something I can use. I'm so bad at driving that I created a TV channel to talk about other people's driving. So check out Maconi Setup Shop. They got everything you need, and they've got all the driving talent, many drivers, many talented championships, and lots of wins with those setups that they offer for relatively cheap too. But going to give us a quick opportunity. We're going to step away, pay one of these bills real quick. We'll be right back. Going to be working lap number 70 here at Martinsville Speedway.
Hey, I'm CTWE Wrestler The Mac.
And I'm Showtime Stevie Stamos.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own race car and taking it out for a test drive? Well, if they saw friends that rent a race car, you can!
Visit www.rentaracecarne.com for all the details on how you can take one of these babies out to Stafford Motor Speedway. We'll see you at the races.
Touchdown!
There you have Rent a Race Car based in Berlin, Connecticut, renting out street stocks up there at Stafford Motor Speedway. I've done it myself a couple of times. It's an absolute blast, and it's very affordable. Shoot over to facebook.com/rent.racecar, or just do a quick search for Rent a Race Car. Be able to pull them up and talk to Gary and Paulie and let them know that ATV sent you and you want to know how you can drive a race car. But looks like league officials had enough of the nonsense. Dylan Kopech saying single file restarts really going to play into the favor of PJ Evans here. He's going to be able to restart and jump. There he goes. Brandon Wilkinson pretty much stays right with him, and you see he's able to put a little bit of a gap on Teddy Hodgson, but still the top 3. Check that, 4th place Jacob Christman trying to get away from these two drivers. The 29 of Zach Murphy, Anthony Bello there in the 51, and it looks like everybody single files it right back out. But still PJ Evans up front, Brandon Wilkinson right in his tire tracks, as is the 55 of Teddy Hodgson. Single file pretty much all the way around the racetrack. There you can see almost a conveyor belt type of racing here after the single file restart. Nobody really pushing the issue at this point. You can see that bright pink car, Ryan Libby, currently running in the 12th position. Joined us up here in the commentary booth for the very first time about an hour or two ago. Called the East Coast Winter League Light Series race. There you can see Bumper Bello there on the 51. Not sure if he's going to use that. And you can see interesting helmet design there as well on the 51. Right in the tire tracks at number 29, trying to close up on Zach Murphy and get one of those positions. But taking a look, we saw just out of the peripherals there, Brandon Wilkinson taking a quick peek and down low on PJ Evans, thinks better of it, gets right back into those tire tracks, and he's going to, you could hook a chain between those two drivers, and well, all 3 of these drivers really. Teddy Hodgson doing a great job holding on to that 3rd position, and you can see there's maybe half a car length in between each of these drivers. Just kind of biding their time a little bit, but they know that most of the race is done. 3/4 of the race is over. Still got a quarter to go. 25 laps. Going to be 24 when we cross the line. coming after the next half lap or so. But you can see as the camera kind of panned off there, 6 drivers up front, pretty much single file all the way through, and nobody really able to catch these drivers up front, Evans, Wilkinson, and Hodgson. You can see the 41 in the 4th position. That's going to be Jacob Chrisman. He's still no real pressure from behind, no pressure in front. He's got a little bit of clean air as he's trying to close the gap between those top 3 drivers, but not really able to make up any ground. But he's also not having to struggle too much because he doesn't have a big attack from the back. There you can see Zach Murphy, the 29, Anthony Bello, 51, still bumper to bumper, still kind of not quite working with each other, but it looks like another caution has come out here. There you can see Libby involved. The 9, Ryan Blanchard, is involved as well. So, and there you can see the 12, the 17, and here comes the pace car. So these guys are definitely going to lose about a lap here at the very least. We're going to back this up in the Evening TV T-shirt booth instant replay, and looks like there was definitely some contact between the 9 and the 6 car. 6 down low, the 9 of Blanchard up high. Blanchard looks like he tried to kind of pinch just a little bit, and as he went in there to kind of close into the back, he got into the quarter panel and unfortunately put himself up into the wall. See, he collects Libby in the 46, the 12 car, gets a piece of it as Libby was backing up, and then the 17 car just kind of stopped on the track to make sure that he didn't run into anybody. So, tough break here for the 46, the 9, the 6, all those drivers involved in that wreck. So we got 80 laps in the books, 20 laps to go here. We're going to run at least 3 or 4 laps under caution, and these drivers are making no mistake. There is not going to be any pit stops for these front runners unless they absolutely need to, whether they get damaged or put in the wall or something. So lined up single file here, less than 20 laps to go at Martinsville Speedway, and here for the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100, race number 2 here on the evening. So I'm going to take one more quick break here, and then we're going to come back. We're going to watch the finish of this race, watch the finish of this race commercial free. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my big ones, the hey, I look good with this ones, the he's never grown that numb weak ones, the black, brown, red and grey ones, the oh whoa, that one, the itchy ones, the never forgotten ones, the ones grown by Dad, the ones grown for Dad, the started late ones, the absolutely filthy ones, the drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the badge ones, the I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Sign up now at Movember.com.
Just in time, pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Going to be PJ Evans taking us to the green flag. Brandon Wilkinson right behind him, teammate behind him, Teddy Hodgson in the 55. Great start for PJ Evans, but looks like a little bit better start for Wilkinson that time. He backed up just a check, just a skosh, and was able to kind of close right up onto the back bumper of PJ Evans. Now you can see the top 6 drivers bumper to bumper all the way throughout. 15 laps to go as they come across the stripe here. Anybody's race at this point. We saw the 16 car back there in the 7th position. Nicholas Hovey, been in a couple of wrecks here throughout the night. Was on his lid at one point and another. Still running in the 7th position. There you can see right behind him Ryan Libby, the pink 46 car. Been caught up in a few wrecks as well. He's up in 8th as well. And the 6 and the 2 rounding out the top 10. Kyle Sisko and Brian Kramer. Still up front, the 81, P.J. Evans, clicking off the laps, making his way towards that checkered flag. See, he's pulling a gap just a little bit over Wilkinson, so it's, you can see he's really working that low side, and everybody pretty much following right in his tire tracks. Kind of real low, getting a apex about the center of the turn, and kind of driving himself off very, very hard there. But you can see Wilkinson is still pretty much right on him, and you can tell it's definitely go time at this point, because we're looking on board of Wilkinson really wheeling that car down on the low side of the racetrack and aiming for the outside on exit, crossing the stripe, working lap number 88, 12 laps to go here at Martinsville for the Pomfret Wine and Spirit 100. And again, this is the Pro Series race. We saw Brandon Wilkinson won that race earlier on tonight in the Light Series, and trying to make it a double here at Martinsville. They come around the racetrack, 89 laps on the books, 11 laps to go. Wilkinson really trying to get around the back, get into the back bumper and maybe get around that 81 car. Wants to win both races, the Light Series race as well as the Pro Series. There you can see Teddy Hodgson in the 55 running third. No real pressure from the back. It looks like he's lost touch a little bit with these top two drivers, but still holding tough in that third position. Jake Chrisman, easy enough for me to say. A good clean race so far. Hasn't really had too many drivers around him, just kind of biding his time and doing a great job holding on to the top five. You can see the 29 car. Same deal, no real pressure from the back. The battle between he and the 51 of Anthony Bello right behind him seems to have subsided for the time being, but the 51 starting to get attacked there by Ryan Libby and that pink and yellow 46 machine. You can see Libby starting to close in just a bit on the back bumper. Good to see Libby doing good after getting involved in a couple of wrecks earlier on tonight. And you can see the 16 car in the very same boat. Caution comes out again, and it looks like it may have been up front as Brandon Wilkinson may have left this race. We're going to back this up and take a peek at the instant replay, again brought to you by the Vidane Racing, the Vidane TV t-shirt stand. And we're taking a peek, we're rewinding the tapes here, not quite seeing what the issue may have been here, but we definitely saw the jumble up in the timing and scoring, because Brandon Wilkinson currently scored in the 13th position after running in the top three all evening long. And just reviewing the tapes, we'll pull up the old instant replay, and we'll take a peek at it here. We can see that's the 56 right behind the 81 56 of Wilkinson, and just wow, gets into the back bumper of the 81, shoots him on up into the wall. Not really entirely sure what the deal was with that, but then you can see Wilkinson is shooting on down into the garage area. That's going to hand the lead over to Teddy Hodgson, and we're taking a quick look through timing and scoring. Looks like P.J. Evans is coming down pit road to get some service done to that race car. So, strange turn of events. You've got the 56 of Wilkinson coming into the back of the 81 and kind of putting him in the wall almost. And it's definitely a tough break. P.J. Evans going to have to restart in 10th. Still has a very, very fast car, but going to be tough to make his way up. We're going to have less than 5 laps to go once we go green. But there you can see Teddy Hodgson up front, currently leading this deal. Jacob Crispin moves from 4th to 2nd. Zach Murphy up into 3rd. Anthony Bello comes into the 4th position. And Ryan Libby going to round out the top 5. Five laps to go. You see it there on the board here for the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100. Second race here tonight, and we get Teddy Hodgson leading up front after P.J. Evans gets a little bit of a bumper shot there from the 56 of Wilkinson. Both drivers, the Wilkinson machine has retired, and it looks like the P.J. Evans machine, the number 81, is going to restart in the 10th spot. We got 12 drivers still on the lead lap here at Martinsville for the East Coast Winter League. Very excited to have these guys back on a Sunday night, and pretty excited to look into tomorrow night's race we've got the NEPS Super Truck Draft, and we're going to be doing 20 laps at Lanier and the big block modifieds. First time we're going to see those here on Verdane TV. That's going to determine the draft order for that Super Truck Series. So 6 teams, couple of rounds, and going to be able to go through, pick your drivers, pick your manufacturer, what style of truck you're going to be driving, and all sorts of good stuff. So be sure to check that out at Verdane TV. Going to be on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff, and you'll be able to kind of chat with the drivers as everybody's going to be paying attention to the chat. But lights have been off on the pace car for the entirety of that lap. He makes that left-hand turn. 4 laps to go, coming to 3 laps to go. Teddy Hodgson going to hold his hand here before he puts it down on the table. He gets a little bit of a bump from the 41, says, hey, let's go. A little bit squirrely in the back, but they gather it back up. Great start there for Teddy Hodgson, the number 55. And he's got 5 or 6 car lengths. Caution flag comes out once again. You see the 2 car and the Ryan Libby machine pointed in the wrong direction, so that's going to give us a green-white checkered finish here. But you heard the tires squeal, and we didn't quite see what went down on camera, but we'll pull up the instant replay once again, and we'll take a look. We're going to focus the 46 to Hot Pink Machine. He comes down, and Spotter didn't tell him he wasn't clear. The 2 car was there. See the 5 and the 16 get by the Brandt Machine. PJ Evans gets by. A little bit of a shot there from the 17. 12 car gets by as well. Looks like the 46 is going to get a tow. He's currently on pit road, a lap down, so getting some repairs done to that machine. The 2 car is also going to lose a lap as well, but that's still going to be Teddy Hodgson up front. Going to be the restart here. Green-white checkered attempt. Going into overtime for the 2nd time here this evening for the Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100. Again, this is the 2nd race of the night. This is a Pro Series. We did see the East Coast Winter League Light Series a few hours ago here on Verdane TV. We had the Pro Series driver Ryan Libby, the number 46 machine who you saw on pit road currently. He came into the booth and shot the breeze with us a little bit. Very first time that he's been in a broadcast booth, so very cool to have that happen here on Verdane TV. But lots of cool stuff coming up here for 2021. We're kind of starting to slowly fade into the end of the 2020 season, and it doesn't mean we're going anywhere, because we've got a whole lot of stuff lined up for 2021. Just spoke with the RBR Maritime Group this past weekend. They're going to be coming back for Monday nights on Verdane TV. Sim Racing Unleashed, we hooked them up with Sunday night shows. They're going to be running a 12-race season. You'll be able to catch everything right here, again, on Verdane TV. And this past Wednesday, we saw the debut of the Showtime Cup Series. Those guys put on a heck of a show at Las Vegas, and they're going to be coming back after the first of the year for a weekly Wednesday series as well. 6 races into their current series, but definitely going to be signed on here for the next 22 weeks with the Showtime Cup Series. And you heard us talk about it a couple of times, the NEPS Super Truck Draft that's going to happen tomorrow night. That Super Truck Series is going to be right here on Verdane TV as well. Very excited to see how that draft goes down tomorrow night, and you can join the conversation using hashtag Verdane TV. We're going to be all over the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitch, streaming that draft party live, and definitely be sure that you look at the chats in both YouTube and Facebook, and I can bet you all those drivers are going to be on the old Twitter boxes tweeting out about all their different picks and strategies. A couple of captains, Kyle Casagrande, DJ Gerard, Michael Bennett, Ryan Pasocco, Ryan Salvatore, and David Arute, the 6 team captains that are going to be going through and picking their championship caliber teams tomorrow night. Going to be very exciting. Do not miss it. And like I said earlier, swing into the Pomfret Wine and Spirits store up there in Pomfret, Connecticut. Grab yourself an ice cold adult beverage, a bottle, a case, a 12-pack, however you want to do it. And we'll probably be doing some Truly lemonades, because they're very good, and they're low carb, because we're doing a low carb gimmick here in the broadcast booth. But pace car makes that left-hand turn down pace. The pit road, Teddy Hodgson's going to bring us down to the green flag. A little bit of a late start, but he hammers down, able to put that gap between the 55 and the 41 car. And there you can see the battle right now is for third, 51 and the 29. Their battle is back heated up, but it looks like they're even closer to the 41 car, both trying to get around, see if they can get into the podium finish there. 29 car slips up just a little bit. You can see Nicholas Hovey getting able to squeak by there as well. And there you can see PJ Evans kind of working his way up into the top 5. White flag, white rag for Teddy Hodgson, bringing him down coming out of turn number 2. There you can see the gap between he and second place. He's going to come down. Teddy Hodgson, a little bit squirrely coming out of 4, slaps into the wall, but he's going to come home with the win here at Martinsville. The Pomfret Wine and Spirits 100 here, the Pro Series race at Martinsville. Teddy Hodgson, the number 55 machine. Jacob Kirschman, a 41, he moves up into second. Anthony Bella, third. Kyle Sisko, fourth. PJ Evans worked his way back up into a top 5. Zach Murphy, Nicholas Hovey, Ryan Salvatore, Sean Okala, Nick Ferlino rounding out the top 10. There you can see Brian Kramer. Didn't really talk about him too much tonight. He finishes 11th. Ryan Libby, couple of incidences there. He gets finished in 12th. Brandon Wilkinson, their winner from earlier, he finishes 13th. Ryan Fataruso, Ken Zeems, James Stranger, Chris Forrester, Thomas Capuno, Trevor Catalano, and there you can see Dylan Kopech is the league administrator. So didn't actually start the race here tonight. But a great run there for Ted Hodgson there in the 55, burning him down. Looks like he might have even blown the motor on that race car. And to see if we can take a gander down pit road and pull up some folks to interview out of the top 3. And we're going to go right into victory lane. Teddy Hodgson running third most of the night here. A little bit of contact between the 81 and the 56, and that found you in the catbird seat. Walk us through it.
Yeah, so I knew we had a pretty decent car here. With the new tire model, everyone's kind of going in blind, so really I just had to work on our own stuff, and we didn't really make those adjustments. The setup was actually pretty good. Just made some small gear changes and stuff, but we had some really fast guys at the beginning. Brandon, Ryan, PJ, and Kyle were all really fast. I didn't have as good of long run pace as they did, but I knew if we had a lot of caution at the end, we could be right with them, and just kind of folded our way at the end and made it happen.
Absolutely, and made it happen with ease. And we noticed that Wilkinson was able to really restart in different positions, and PJ Evans kind of did the same thing. We noticed you did a little bit of a late starts, and it kind of jacked up the field a little bit behind. Is that something that was done intentional, or was that just something that happened?
I mean, I was just trying to get the best restart I could. I don't mean any guys to wreck based on my restarts, but if you got the leader choice and you got single file with everyone behind you, and there's the way Dylan set up the restart box, there wasn't really much wiggle room to really go in the box. So you had to really make sure your restarts were really good and on point. So I made it my best to try and do that and just make it work.
Absolutely, and definitely made it work here for the Pro Series. Started 6th, came home first after leading 14 laps. Who gets it done for the 55? Who gets you to and from the racetrack?
I got to thank all my real life sponsors: Monterey Fuel, A. Papajohn Construction, Business Time Motorsports, Pete Madden and the boys over at Gator Sport Fishing, Ness Auto, State Cutters, Waddell Communications, my spotter in real life, Brandon Wilkinson, and Ryan Blanchard. Us three have been putting on a tear on sim racing over the last couple of years, so hopefully we can continue. And just my family, my friends, and just Dylan for putting this league on. It's been fun over the last couple of years, and hopefully we can continue over the near future.
Absolutely, sim racing kind of got a shot in the arm of the 2020 season with the pandemic, and we're hoping it's not just a flash in the pan. We hope this carries the momentum right into the 2021 season. But congratulations, Teddy, on another win here in the East Coast Winter League.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You slide down pit road just a little bit. The number 41, Jacob Crispin here, the second place finisher. Jacob, talk to us about your race.
Yeah, it was a good race, fun race. I was trying to save my tires as much as I could for a possible long run, but it didn't pan out the way I thought it would. We got a lot of cautions and short runs there, so really take advantage of it. But overall, got a good finish out of it, so I'm happy with it.
Now, we noticed there were no tires here in the Pro Series, no tire changes or anything like that. Was tire wear a big issue here for 100 laps in Martinsville?
I think it would have been if we would have got more green flag runs in. I was trying to early on the race to go as slow as possible without losing touch with the leaders. But I think because of the cautions, it just kind of eliminated that fact. So I think it wasn't too big of an issue.
Definitely did a great job here at Martinsville. The car is in one piece. Looking at it on the screen right now, doesn't look like there's any dings or dents in that. And good, clean, conservative race. And it definitely showed with the finish, coming home second place. Just want to hand the mic over to you, give you the opportunity, thank any friends, family, sponsors, partners, anybody that might be watching at home. The mic's all yours.
Yeah, for sure. I want to thank my family and my friends for all the support. My real life sponsors, Stan Graver Auto Sales and Service, for all their support and help on the real life side of racing things. So I'll thank you to them.
Awesome. Congratulations on the second place finish here at Martinsville.
Thank you.
And on down pit road just a little bit further, going to take a look at the 51 machine. Well, take a look at the 51 driver anyway, Anthony Bello, battling with the 29 car, Zach Murphy, for a good part of the race. And you ended up in the podium spot, P3 here. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, this was my first podium ever, I think. So, you know, it feels really nice just to get on the podium. And with Zach, I mean, me and him are going back and forth a lot, and you know, it's just really fun racing with these guys and having the opportunity.
For sure, and these guys over at East Coast Winter League, both the lights and the pros, they always put on a really good show, and it was cool to kind of sit in the broadcast booth for the light races, as I've made myself a couple of starts in that series. Not quite ready for pro just yet, but we did ask a couple of the other drivers about the tire wear. Was that an issue at all here with the 100 laps?
To me, probably the last maybe 15, 20 laps, the car was starting to slick off, get a little loose coming out of the corners. But tire wear for me really wasn't a huge issue. If you save your tires during like this, you should be all set for the end result, and you should be able to come out pretty strong these races.
And definitely came home pretty strong here. Third place finish, very first podium, and I believe it's the first time you and I have spoke up here in the commentary booth. So great to have that awesome race. Came up from 10th starting position, finished third. I want to give you the opportunity. Lots of stickers on that 51 machine. Talk to us about them. Who gets you to the track?
Yeah, I just gotta thank my mom and my dad for you know, giving me this opportunity to race on iRacing, this nice program that we have. I gotta thank the program iRacing. Just my friends and family and my real life people who helped me out. CD Chassis, LO Motorsports, NJK Sunoco, SKM, and you know, just people who you know, have faith in me and you know, help me out during this racing journey.
Awesome, absolutely fantastic run here. Third place for Anthony Bello. That's going to about do it here for Vidane TV here tonight. It's the first time we've done a doubleheader here with the East Coast Winter League. We did the Light Series. Brandon Wilkinson came home and winning that race, and Teddy Hodgson comes home with the Pro Series victory. Chrisman and Bello rounding out the top three. Always a great show here with the East Coast Winter League, but that's going to do it here for tonight. We're going to take a look at what's on tap here for Vidane. We mentioned it a little bit earlier. Tomorrow night, the NEPS Super Truck Draft. That's going to be an absolute blast. Be sure to check that out. It's actually going to be at 7:30 tomorrow night. And Tuesday night, Tim's Corner Motorsports return for another Smashed Potatoes race. And then you can see we're pretty much quiet. Radio silent there to the New Year's batch on New Year's Eve. So lots of stuff going on here, kind of winding down for the 2020 season, for the holidays and everything like that. Going to spend some time with some friends and family, but definitely going to be hitting the ball rolling on the first of the year, pretty much. There you can see January 4th, NEPS, Chalu 60, and a couple of 4 or 5 races that very first week. So I'm going to be hitting the ground running on the 2021 season. Vidane Racing TV, Vidane TV just getting started, and we are very excited to see what goes down in the future. But that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for inviting us into your homes, watching on the big screen, on the computer, or the tablet, whatever you may have been doing. If you've got any friends that might be interested in a little bit of sim racing broadcast, have them check out vidane.net/live, and that'll give them all the directions they need to be able to check out all the action coming at you live. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. It'll be tomorrow night, the NEPS Super Truck Draft. Do not miss it.